Nicholas Mays is the only video I have. I didn't film any videos of you behind the scenes.
You just catching me leaving to do more work.
Yes, sir. Good job. How legendary is this video gonna be?
This video is gonna go #1.
Video's
First
going number
day,
one?
2 million. I say 2 million views first week.
2 million
10
views
million.
first week?
10 million in a month.
Yee. All right, Nikki. Better. What up, guys? It's James Rico from The Real Ghosts, and we're back in here to talk a little bit about this BTS breakdown. I got in here today the director of Grammys, special guest, Mr. Nick Mays. Nick, how you doing, sir? Say what up.
What up, what up? Thank you. Doing dope. I'm excited to get into it.
Glock Grammys. What video was this for you? Directing for Real Ghosts, I mean.
This is #2 for Real Ghosts. #2.
What was #1?
Jack Boy, Show No Love with Mozzie.
So it was back in April that you did this job. Second video you did for us, but you had known us for how long?
I met you guys in 2019. Ashley was my first production as a PA BTS. So June, July 2019, that was my first job.
So give a little bit of background from 2019 to 2022. What was like going on in your life?
I was in college. I met Real Goats by DM and Spicy for like 6 months straight. And then Spicy told me to pull up BTS, Ashley, submitted the photos, kept the ball rolling, kept working, kept doing BTS, kept coming around and just learning, being a sponge. Fast forward to 3 years and directing. So super blessed, super grateful. It's dope.
What was the inspiration behind the treatment before we get into the video?
For Grammys?
Yeah, for Grammys.
The first time hearing the song, I remember thinking it was like super big, super meaningful. And like he was saying a lot of like his lyrics said a lot of things that like I could play off or like symbolize off. It didn't have to be maybe exactly what he was saying, but I could feel like not per se that I could feel the place he's coming from, but I could easily understand the picture he was painting. So
okay, so let's get into it. This is Glock's BTS Grammys BTS. This is Glock Grammys BTS. This was shot and edited by Kosmic Shots. You can watch the whole video without our breakdown on Real Goats, so you don't have to listen to what we're saying if you don't like it.
Today I'm on set for this amazing music video, Grammys.
Camera speeds and action.
Let's reset.
And set and action.
Give us a little breakdown of what's going on here in this first scene that we're seeing.
first scene, we're seeing the Teen Glock version. This was right before in the video. We saw his youngest self like run through the kitchen as Glock watches. And this is just him like as his teen self. We have like a little scene play out where it sets up the fight scene. Just everyone. I really love like the eye contact in these scenes that like are in the video. Just like from him to down the porch to the girl and the guys walking up. So
this was like the first scene of the day, right?
Yeah.
Well, what was your thoughts going into like this first scene?
This first scene, I remember everyone showing up late. We were super late in the day, and we had to really play catch up with this scene. And it was like not frustrating, but it was like a fight choreography, and we just didn't want to rush through it, so we took our time with it, and we made time for the day. But it was I remember this first scene of the day being the most difficult scene. So.
What do you think was difficult about it?
I think just the blocking of everybody and getting everyone's just like movements and just like facial expressions right, just getting like the right tone. I think we just had to get it right.
body straight and turning your head. Okay? But you gonna turn your head, turn his head to him and not him, right? Right. Oh, so you see where his hand is at?
Yeah.
This edge. So we're cheating this. So don't worry about it. Stop here. Right where his hand is at. Fuck you. Right? Then the second one, I said, fuck you. You wanna go over his shoulder or directly at him?
So one thing that like I would love to explain to some people is like why, you know, some people would probably wonder like, okay, you're the director, he's the AD, he's the assistant director, so he's supposed to help you kind of with, ADs are really supposed to help with crew and cast, right? So kind of help people understand like why aren't you the one giving the direction to the actual actor? What can you give a little insight to that?
Yeah. I think just sometimes, like I said earlier, this was like a scene that we were kind of having trouble with, just like the blocking and just like facial expressions and actions of the actors. So I think sometimes when I get frustrated or I'm just not getting what I want, just relaying the same notes to Mecca or the AD that he can tell them that I can just have that one couple seconds aside just to look at the monitor and let stuff play out and see what I can explain or say differently. So
what do you feel like is the difference between having an AD and not having an AD for you?
I think when I'm not working with an AD, I feel a lot less pressure. I don't know if that's a good thing to say. I think usually when I'm working without an AD, it's a lot smaller crew, a smaller scale production, so we take our time a little more on things, but the AD really speeds things up throughout the day. It really stays on time. Mike Joe has been relied on productions this year too, and Mike Joe hates my shot lists. Get better this year. It's a New Year's resolution for Mike Joe's to condense my shot list.
No, but you did mention something that I think is a good is like kind of a cool nugget, which is like an AD, to your point, like can help us speed up communication, especially if you're not like really used to like communicating with a lot of people. You know, you being able to just like talk to one person and tell them what you want because of their experience. Good experienced ADs can really communicate your vision. When do you find yourself like stepping over the AD to like correct him if like you like, because you're probably hearing what they're saying?
Yeah.
Do you ever find those moments where you feel like you have to like, oh wait, like what he's saying is not?
Yeah. No, there is definitely some moments on set, but I think it's just all appreciated. It just shows like there could be an AD that not cares or just wants to give your basis notes, but an AD like Mecca was really like having that passion and like explaining it. So sometimes I don't think it's anything wrong with overstepping or not even overstepping. Just if it's a director's vision, I'm gonna say my vision correctly. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no harm, no foul. I remember us playing this out on CAD Rage in Airbnb.
Say it again.
I remember me and you the night before playing that scene out on CAD Rage. The night before, just the whole walk up. I said, "Fuck you."
Honestly, I might have. Was that video? Did we do it on video, or was it like just stills?
Yeah, I think it was video.
I have to look back. I have to look back and like maybe if I do have it, I'll put it in here. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like.
You know what I said? I said, fuck you. That was fire. Let's reset this for cars.
And action, Otis.
You heard what I said. I said, fuck you.
In 3, 2, 1. Camera speeds and action.
You heard what I said. I said, fuck you.
So in 3, 2, 1, hook. Oh, nice. That's right. That's right. That's right.
I'm not gonna lie, this was probably one of my favorite shots. This one here,
Yeah.
like in the video. I remember even capturing it. It felt really strong. I thought it was so dope. Like, what is something that you learned about maybe we could give some tips on like this day exterior shooting, because I feel like a lot of people have problems with like day exterior, like making it feel and look great. What is something that you learned by shooting the sequence?
Yeah, I think shooting with Rico a lot, I learned a lot about sun sandwiches with bouncing and shaping light.
Sun sandwiches. That's actually true. Sun sandwich. So like, a sun sandwich essentially. I'll make this a little bigger. A lot of people will bounce light on the opposite side, which creates a sun sandwich where there's like this shadow that's right in between. So what I've learned over time, that if you want it to be more natural, you will bounce from the side that the light is coming. So I didn't cross the line, I just came underneath, and we're bouncing light here, right, to make it feel like the light just continuing over his face. Light can't, people have a misunderstanding, like so the wrapping is just like pushing the light over with your bounce, right? So you take it from the same side. Light can't actually like physically go around. Like it can't do that. It just goes in like straight direction. I did it all the time. Honestly, I did the sun sandwich so much growing up because I didn't know, and I just watching tutorials, like someone said the sun sandwich. So I just like, oh, a sun sandwich. Makes sense to me now. So yeah. Exterior lighting is difficult, and once you get an understanding of it, it's just like so much easier.
We knocked that out. You see that?
Am I watching him do all that?
I don't know. Am I watching?
No, you watch the TV.
I really want this to. I'm Nathan, the director.
What is going on here? Because he's like, you never got to meet Glock, I guess. That's why he's like, hey, well, hold on. I'm the director. So
that was like a cut two from that last question.
Exactly.
This is just, I just felt the explaining wasn't just exactly right. So I just wanted to hop in before anything was misunderstood.
Yeah. I'll say this. Like, we need to do a better job at like, with artists, like once the artist gets on set, it's typical that the producer will get the director and introduce you to the artist. I don't think that happened here. Maybe we were like busy, or Key Glock was like,
I remember we were ready for him, then he wasn't ready, so we started shooting the outside scenes. But then he was ready, so he dipped.
Okay, that's right.
Right into it.
Right, so everything was off schedule. Okay.
Right.
Since I'm already paused, let's talk a little bit about the interior, and I'll come back to Premiere. This house was completely empty, and that was an issue for you when you came in, because you were like, you couldn't see it. Talk about that a little bit when you saw the house.
I think when I saw this house, I haven't really, as a director in this time, I haven't really played with set design. So I love like the bones of the house and the exterior, but I don't think I just saw all what we could do with set design. But shout out Marty and the whole set design team. They killed it. We all went, me, her, Rico, everyone, we all went to the prop house, picked everything out. And it was dope to see it come to life. I remember getting in, we got in at 5 a.m. Everyone was there loading off the trucks. It was dope.
I'm Nathan, the director. I see this room and this room are two different worlds. Like, they're taking place in different times, so don't play him. I think you look very reminiscent, very fucking just eyes very deep. Don't look at him when he walks past you on this, but when we get this shot from over here, I will have you look at him as he looks out the door. But just for right now, let's look straight.
Stand up, please. Camera goes up.
Say action, let's start the song.
Camera's up.
And let's roll camera.
Camera speed.
Camera speeds. Camera action. Roll playback. Camera action.
They say I look just like my mama, but I ain't just like my daddy. Yep, I'm straight up at the trap, I figure out how to live lavish. Yeah, all these bitches love me, most of them.
How you say your name again?
Bakari.
Bakari.
Nah. Thank you.
before we go too much further, what was it like working with a child actor, Bakari?
It was cool. Bakari was super mature. I think while working with other child since shooting this is a lot difficult just for the attention span. They're kids, they want to have fun. But I think working with Bakari was super dope. He was super energetic and super fun. He killed it.
What do you think was like the difference for like young, like, because he was actually better than some older actors that were on set.
Yeah.
What do you think what it was about him that made him like a strong actor?
I think maybe he came off super passionate. He was a kid, but he came off super passionate. He was happy to be there. He wasn't asking how many takes left. He was just down with whatever. He had a smile on his face the whole day. It was dope. I gotta have it was dope counter. Jesus.
1 second. Let me go check on my little girl real quick. Give me two minutes.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye, baby.
Niggas acting like they know me, yeah, they know what's up. And I ain't really with that sneak this and niggas know straight up at the trap, I figure out how to live lavish, yeah. All these bitches love me, most of these niggas can't stand me. Real bad little bitch with a natural, but since you wanna fuck me in the back of my truck, but I told her I don't pay the fuck, yeah. I don't even love you more than my cup, take my chain, nigga, try your luck, diamonds on me saying make you fuck, back at AP hockey pucks. I told these niggas I don't give no fucks, I told these bitches I don't give two fucks, ain't no trust nobody but my good, my goods, yeah, Kobe, in my guts.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my label, my producers, my directors, the Real Ghosts. Please put your hands together for the Real Ghosts. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on Grammys.
What was some of the things that like some of the scenes that surprised you? Like, what were the scenes that surprised you? What are some of your favorite scenes that you walked away with, like thinking like, damn, that was doper than I thought?
I think definitely the mirror and like the introduction to the team Glock room with all of his homies. I think that was like that shot. When we got that, I was like, nah, I really love that shot. Both of those shots really, with him walking by and when it comes out of the room to him outside by the door. Those two scenes are super dope.
In this room, like this was probably my personal favorite scene just because of the looking and the lighting, and it had like a cool vibe and stuff. And I would say the second scene that I really kind of was like, damn, that was like a surprise to me, was like this scene, honestly, this kitchen scene. We didn't use a lot of it, but this scene was pretty dope. There was a lot of cool raw footage from this, and I remember even in edit, like you had issues like trying to not use that much of it because you like the shots a lot, you know.
I felt that was cool though. As we learned the edit and kept working with it, if we break down the edits, this scene as young him runs through, we see this, and then the living room, and then it's just like it felt nice. We got a lot of stuff though. It was a lot of stuff that we didn't use.
What was it like for you then to work with Key Glock?
It was super dope. I think he's super dope to work with. He was down for everything. Yeah, he was just super dope.
What were some of the things that you did in that job that you feel like you used throughout the year?
I think this was the first video, not the first video. I always made the animatics for videos, but this was the first one that was frame for frame, descriptive. Like, I remember we could watch the edit with the animatic, and it's almost frame for frame. So I think that was the biggest takeaway from this video, was like my animatic process and knowing it before set, because there was nothing, I remember there was nothing really to think about. Like, you know, I didn't really have to see if I needed anything extra. It was just, if I got what I had on the animatic, it was cool.
What is an animatic?
It's audio, visual with text that describes your video. It can go frame for frame, breaking down what you see in it. I do it for all my videos.
Because we didn't talk about it. We didn't really talk about it. What was it like going to Atlanta and working away from what was it like traveling and shooting on the road?
To be honest, I would love to shoot every video on the road. I think just being out there and just in the B&B surrounded by the team, scouting, pre-production, it just really puts you in that mode. Like, every day I'm thinking about that video. Not to say I'm not in LA, but it's just way easier just to tap fully in and just be there, be present. You know you're away from home, you know what you're there to do. So I loved it.
How was it working with Brian? Last question I'll ask is Brian. Brian Garcia. This is the second job that you work with him, because Show No Love was the first. You maybe talk a little bit about like Brian and what was something that you enjoy with working with Brian.
Brian is I feel like we really came up together in Real Goats. Brian's like the dynamic duo. We constantly learn from each other and work with each other. When I started directing, this is when he started producing, and we both got to experience new things together. And I feel like it just made us stronger as a team, and just as like a director and producer combo, just to have chemistry. I think me and Brian's also director, so even when it comes to treatments, we can like easily bounce around ideas to each other if we're either directing or producing.
Thank you so much for jumping on. It's 12:30 a.m. You know, we're approaching 2023, so I appreciate you jumping on here and doing this. It's the holidays, so thank you so much, sir. You know, I was gonna ask you to do a Discord about what your favorite video is, but I guess this was your favorite video.
It's between this and no, I'm kidding. It's between this and the Jaden one, but it's just, I feel like this is like, I had all the tools for this one, and this is like my favorite one that I feel like I had all the tools with. And then I feel like I appreciate my Jaden videos in a different way, because it's like, oh, it's not supposed to really look this good, you know?
Right.
Like it's like pushing it more.
It was very special, and I do appreciate your energy, and I'm excited to see you to continue to grow. So thank you so much for joining us, and make sure you go follow Nick at Nick Mays. Is it underscore? At underscore Nick Mays on Instagram. So go check him out. Go follow his journey. He has all sorts of cool shit. He makes fun stuff with Jaden Taylor, up and coming artist. So if you don't see those videos, we'll link them right here somewhere. But go check out his work with Jaden Taylor. They're super fire. He has 2 on the Real Goats channel. Shout out Jaden. Until next time, make sure that you guys like, subscribe. If you enjoyed the BTS content, if you enjoyed Nick, you know, comment like what you enjoyed about Nick. If you fucking hate Nick, make sure you spam him hate comments, you know. But until next time, thank you so much for your guys' time, energy. At Virgo's University, we're here to give you guys education, love, support, and hopefully you guys learn something and take it away, apply it to your video. Peace.